Shalom, first and foremost, I like to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostle elders, a great millstone who rule well. And salutations to all you brothers out there pushing this word, love, truth, sincerity, and humility. Once again, it's the brother Shatia from the Chicago camp, coming back to you with what I hope is another quick and edifying sit down. And this is the brother Kesh channel. You know, he always has some good stuff too. And he's exposing another cop. And this man is a chief. He is the chief of his town's department. And we're going to watch this video and we're going to find out what this cop is now being arrested for. So let's roll the footage.
Oh look, it's another cop on TikTok. I wonder what the worst thing he's ever done on this app's been.
Former police chief for the town of Burns charged with sexual exploitation of a child. Butler County filed 13 counts against Joel Wamachill.
The police chief of Burns County, no, not a deputy, not a state trooper, not a sheriff. The chief of police is facing 34 counts of sexual exploitation of a child. As in, he made kitty corn and traded and sold it online like fucking Pokemon cards.
We're going to talk about him being a child molester behind closed doors.
Yeah.
So we can't hear it.
Order.
The Burns City Council made a motion to discuss former Burns Police Chief Joel Womachill not in public, but in executive session behind closed doors. Womachill resigned as chief of the Burns Police Department last week. On Tuesday, law enforcement arrested Womachill for alleged sexual exploitation of children.
It makes sense, by the way, why he would love this app so much. I mean, for a while, he never missed a day making a TikTok. I mean, why would you, right? Like, both your future victims and your customers are all in one fucking place. I mean, you don't get 34 counts of the same thing with just one child victim.
Wesley Castleberry says he has lost faith in the council for hiring Womachill in the first place.
That city council hired this guy supposedly to keep the city of Burns safe. And yet what's he done? He's completely just stomped all over everybody's trust that he was hired to look over.
You guys gave him over 218,000 fucking followers. And the most ironic thing is like 90% of them are like middle-aged women in their 40s or 50s just like thirsting over this dude. And it's like, no, you're like 5 times his preferred age bracket. Oh look, it's another cop on TikTok.
But I tell you, boy, these Edomites on these police departments are taking some major L's. All right. You got a guy that now we all know is BS, but we're just going to say just on the principle of the oath, he made a promise, an oath to protect and serve his community. And all the time he's been on this department, he's been protecting his true intentions while he's serving up penis to the young community. But I tell you, this guy, Bad Uncle Esau, man, he's a trip. It is funny because they always paint Jake as the enemy and the worst thing in the world. But then you got stuff like this, all right? And it's a beautiful thing that we have social media, all right? Social media has exposed pretty much everything. And see, now we're at the point where it doesn't matter if folks control the major television networks. That doesn't matter anymore. The true news outlet of this modern day world is social media. Because now the common man has an outlet. The common man, the common woman has an outlet where they can now bring to light stories that the mainstream media would never, ever, I don't care in how many lifetimes, shed spotlight on a story like this. Never. This is why the scripture says, it's in is it in Luke? Luke 12:3. And it says, therefore, whatsoever ye have spoken in darkness shall be heard in the light, and that which ye have spoken in the ear in the closets shall be proclaimed upon the housetops. Okay? Meaning that whatever's done in the dark comes to light, or as the old folks used to say, it all comes out in the wash. Okay? There's nothing that can be hid from the Lord that is eventually not going to come to the forefront. As the scripture says, it might be in Micah. Yep, that's it. Proverbs 15:3. It says the eyes of Yahweh are in every place, beholding the evil and the good. All right. So you got devils like this that thinking they're getting away with something, but the whole time, hey, the Lord got them in that trick bag. Because they honestly think that nobody's going to see it. But what did we just read? The eyes of Yahweh are in every place, beholding the evil and the good. So this pedo dirtbag thought he was getting away with something, and then finally, somehow, some way, he finally gets exposed. And you heard what that man said. Man, we all feel betrayed. This was a man that we put in place who we thought was a man of integrity, who was honorable and upright. But the whole time he was servicing himself with young children and then selling it. This man is through. This man is totally through. There's nothing that this sheriff can say that'll get him out of the trick bag. And see, this is why the scripture says, I think it's in Proverbs. I think it is that Proverbs. Proverbs 22:1. It says, a good name is rather to be chosen than great riches, and loving favor rather than silver and gold. All right. Because you see, as I mentioned before, this man was put in a position because he had a good name and a good rapport amongst the townspeople, or so they perceived. And instead of being a man of integrity, a person that the town could trust. Okay, he's been exposed for the low life scumbag that he truly is. And now he will have a shameful reputation for the rest of his life, as spoken of in Job. Habakkuk 2:16. It says, "Thou art filled with shame for glory." Why? Because he presented this facade, like many of the people of the nation of Edom. All right, they present this facade, okay, like they're Yahushua, or they're the next best thing to Yahushua. Okay, the shining example of how the world should be. All right, they present themselves in this matter. Okay, but eventually the Lord brings all their wickedness to the forefront. It says, "Thou art filled with shame for glory." It says, "Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered." All right, now it's time for you to suffer the judgment of shame. It says, "The cup of Yahweh's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory." See, now this guy's about to go to jail or prison. He's probably going to go to prison, and he's going to serve some hard time over and over and over and over again, if you get what I mean. All the years that he spent at that department and at that level that he was at was all for nothing. It was all for nothing. He will always be known as...
I wonder what the worst thing
He will always be known as Joe Justice, Deputy Justice, scumbag of the town of Bern. They're one of the most despicable human beings that they've ever seen. This guy will never, ever be able to show his face, not only in that town, but he will not be able to show his face in prison, because we all know, all right, as demonic and wicked and hardcore as many of them guys are in the penitentiary, we all know that there's one thing that they absolutely do not tolerate. And this man is going to be found guilty of it. Terrible way to go. But you reap what you sow. But that's all I wanted to say on this. I hope you all ratified. Till the next time, we're going to say Shalom.